Okay, thank you everyone for joining us today for the special meeting of the Lawndale City Council, Wednesday, July the 8th. I'm going to ask the city clerk to give us a roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem Suarez. Councilmember Osborne. Here. Councilmember Reed. Here. Councilmember Kearney. Here. Mayor Pro Miles.
Here.
All members present.
Thank you. Councilman Pat Kearney will lead us in the pledge of allegiance. Yeah.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Let's have more communication.
Sure. Mr. Mayor, we have 3 oral communications. I'll begin reading verbatim. First is from Angela Estrada, Lawndale resident. Good evening, Lawndale City Mayor and Council members. My name is Angela Estrada, a resident of Lawndale for over 20 years. I'm writing you all today to address my concern in how our City Council is responding to the 2 hotels housing the vulnerable population to COVID-19. Lawndale should be proud that in these challenging times, these people are looking after people. These hotels have provided housing to 200 plus people that, if not housed, may have been at higher risk of being exposed to COVID-19. I live not far from these hotels and never have I questioned my safety. If safety is a concern, it is not. Revoking the licenses of these hotel owners is an action against humanity. We cannot look away from our most vulnerable population. When history is written, Lawndale will be part of history that helped people and not one that pushed people away. Thank you for your time, Lawndale City Mayor and Council members. Second public comment is from Freshta CDK. Good evening, Lawndale City Mayor and Council members. My name is Fresh2 CDK, a Lawndale resident and homeowner of over 5 years. I'm writing to you all to address my concerns in the way of our City Council has responded to the Best Western Plus South Bay Hotel and the Baymont Inn in the County of Los Angeles regarding Project Room Key. This effort to put forth by the State, County, and Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority was critical and effective response given the health crisis our nation has undergone. Project Room Key has and will continue to protect the most valuable LA County population, which are homeless individuals who are 65 or older or have a pre-existing medical condition. In the city of Lawndale alone, we have helped provide temporary shelter to about 205 homeless individuals, with 24 of those individuals being our very own Lawndale residents. When I was given this information regarding Project Room Key in my city, I was absolutely thrilled to know that we are part of an effort that is actively aiding the most vulnerable population from COVID-19. To my dismay, a simple Google search on the city of Lawndale, California, showed my mayor and city council members had the opposite sentiment. It has recently been brought to my attention that Lawndale City Council is initiating litigation against the participating hotels in LA County in regards to Project Room Key. During a time of worldwide pandemic, how are we as a city taking legal action against an effort that is morally right? How is it that our city, which has the means, is taking legal action in the fact we are providing for our most vulnerable population? The litigation that my city council has initiated is completely shocking and appalling. With medical personnel on site, case management services provided, and 24-hour security guards located on the hotel premises, how are we in opposition to Project Room Key? It's very unfortunate. The very unfortunate response my city council has on Project Room Key is telling homeless individuals that we do not want to help them in our city, and that is not true. I'm going on public record today as a Lawndale resident in saying that I am a supporter of Project Room Key and proud to serve LA County's most vulnerable population in the city of Lawndale during this time of crisis. I'm calling on our mayor and city council members to redirect their efforts on the litigation against Best Western Plus South Bay Hotel, Baymont Inn, and the County of Los Angeles, and instead invest their time, energy, and funding in the Lawndale Homeless Outreach Program. Thank you for your time, Lawndale City Mayor and council members. All right, final public comment is from Pam London, Lawndale resident. Monday night I was consumed with COVID in the hotel, so I neglected to say something about parkways. Council has heard me complain on many occasions about parkway requirements, guidelines that NASA put into place and have been since been abandoned. I've repeatedly described this requirement and explained the reason behind it. Nasser, in his efforts to protect the city, required licensed and insured contractors when working on city property. Parkways are city property. Contractors are not necessary for mowing and maintaining weeds, therefore his requirement did not affect normal maintenance. Contractors were required for the purpose of protecting any pipes, sewers, and water lines, gas lines, etc. When digging would be involved, Nasser also required public departments' approval of materials proposed for any jobs on city property. Nasser was trying to prevent shoddy work or unsafe materials from being placed on the sidewalks and parkways. Nasser was trying to prevent slip and fall claims and possible damage to pipes. I don't understand why the city did not adopt his guidelines when it was repeatedly explained that this was in the city's best interest to hopefully protect against flagrant abuse and lawsuits. While Frank sat in the Public Works Director's position, he repeatedly handed out permits with zero regard for public and city safety. I expressed concern at many meetings, but it fell on deaf ears. Frank was asleep the entire time he worked here. He claimed to know nothing about my complaints or the job on my property. In the background information on this Monday night's item, it stated the intent of the guidelines to prevent a consistent and manageable design palette available to all parkways in the city right away. The upkeep of the parkways, including adjacent sidewalks, will continue to be the responsibility of the abutting property owner in accordance with the city's municipal code and state street highway codes. I hope the city does not expect property owners to maintain sidewalks. If so, then you just gave everyone the right for a DIY project. The city has neglected the sidewalks for many years, and it would be abusive to expect property owners to correct damage, mainly caused by city trees root systems. And that ends public comment.
Okay, thank you for the public comment, Mr. City Clerk. Are there any comments on the public comment? I just have one quick comment. I would hope that the city is not making the property owners responsible for the sidewalk, especially in instances where the sidewalk may buckle or what have you. I don't see that being the responsibility of the residents. I don't think that was the intent of the of the policy. Also, concerning legal action for the litigation, I should say, for the Baymont and the Best Western, there has not been any litigation towards neither one of those hotels from this city council. So there is no litigation in progress concerning either one of these hotels. So just to clarify that. Okay, with that, we'll close public comment. And any additional comments, council? None. Okay. Yeah, years ago, Los Angeles did pass an ordinance on quarantine. Yeah, which is ridiculous because how can a homeowner be responsible for cement buckling and all that kind of stuff? A lot of it's just workmanship or even just wear and tear. Okay, so let's move on to our agenda. Comments from the council. Next item on our agenda will be a closed session concerning the public employee performance evaluation. I'm going to ask the city attorney to give us the provision of the closed session. Okay, we will stand in closed session. Okay, we have returned from closed session. I'm going to ask the city attorney to give a report of the closed session. Madam City Attorney.
The City Council ran a closed session on one item, pursuant to Government Code Section 54927, to conduct an employee evaluation. The City Council was updated and no report was asked.
Okay, thank you for that. We have reached the end of our agenda, and it is now 8:25, and we adjourn this meeting.